Hello, members and those watching after the fact. Big day. Saturdays and Sundays, of course, are the busiest days of our week. We have everybody playing LCP returning to action as well. First time this spring. Prediction wise, I've dropped from 73 to I think 71.8%. Rat updated the predictions on the Discord, but we take that. We're still above 70%. That's the goal. On here, you see little numbers. If you didn't watch the power rankings video, those are where those numbers indicate where the team is ranked. Major region, minor region are two different rankings, so you're going to see number one on here twice, but that's the deal. That's based on stats. So, Gen G Bro, we have the third ranked team versus the 14th in major regions. Gen G, of course, are the better team. Bro beating KT was a surprise to me because Hype's technically not allowed to play KT because his contract's owned by KT, which is weird. But regardless, Gen G are better than Bro. Gen G's best players, Bro's best player, you look at like Closer. I don't think that he's going to be able to do much into Chovy. I'm taking Gen G 2-0. Maybe Bro puts them to sleep. The classic, that is the classic Bro situation there is they play very slow and you fall asleep. Nongshim HLE, 9th ranked team versus 2nd ranked team. HLE, of course, first stand champions. Nongshim, probably the biggest surprise thus far this season across all regions. A very, very good team. We've seen even them make some roster changes, putting Calix in for Fisher. Because of that, I'm going HLE 2-0. It may have went 2-1 if they still had Fisher in the lineup. I think that changing things up may have not been the right move. I guess it's better to do it now than later. But still, you have an upper half LCK team. Let Fisher play more games. I understand Calix is a very young and promising player. We've talked about him in the past. But, why screw it up, I don't know. Nongshim, King very good player. But into Zeus, I like Zeus. I like HLE in this one for sure. OMG, EDG, we have the bottom half of the LPL, 23rd and 16. Keep in mind this is out of 26 major region teams, so it is at the bottom. OMG playing Charlotte instead of Linfeng. I have never watched Charlotte play. I do not watch any academy games. So the fact of the matter is, that's going to be a tall task for him into Angel. Angel technically played last season with OMG, if I recall. So maybe there is some, prior scrims and 1v1s that those two had played last season. But in terms of the rest of the matchup, Starry Moham into On and Wink, I do like OMG in that matchup. But Zhao Hao into Hang is definitely an interesting one in the jungle role. And Harry into ZDZ, Harry could beat ZDZ. It's that mid lane matchup. I'm going EDG 2-1 because of that. But if Charlotte's the real deal, they could win this. EDG are not, some team that's impossible. They're not going to, they're not some team that's just going to dominate OMG. With Linfeng in the series, I still might have picked 2-1, but if Charlotte's the guy, they could win. Team Wii, Anyone's Legend. We're going to go Anyone's Legend 2-0. Despite the upsets recently, Team Wii are ranked 22nd and Anyone's Legend are ranked 1st. Team Wii, you'd like to think Karis into Shanks. Karis could maybe be competitive. Taeyun and Vampire, you'd like to think they're competitive. But in the end, Tarzan keeps Monkey out of the game, and then Shanks can take over. Hope and Cal can take over. It's, easy pickings for Anyone's Legend. LCP starting up, we have Viking Esports in 10th, SoftBank Hawks in 25th out of 34 minor region teams. Vikings have signed Hazmed. I don't know if Hazmed's playing tomorrow or not. I don't think that makes all that much of a difference. SoftBank Hawks kind of sucked in winter. So this is a best of 3. We're going Vikings 2-1. We're going 2-1 because it is the first series. If this was happening 2 weeks from now and both teams had games under their belts, I would have taken Vikings 2-0. But I think that there's a chance for a hiccup there. One of the most competitive matchups on the day is CFO Talon. CFO are ranked 3rd, Talon 7th. CFO obviously showed it firsthand. They're very, very competitive, and Talon historically has been that team for the LCP. Either team could win this. I think that I like CFO in this one 2-1, but it could go either way. Aja could be better than Driver or Rest in top lane. It doesn't make a difference, and they end up getting a win in through the top lane of the Rift. I mean, Junja into Karsus, Junja favored. I like Fofo into Hongq, but Hongq has continued to get better and better. And that's just a ticking time bomb for the LCP that, Hongq could just take over this region. I know already people are going to be doing silly things with about Faker and Hongq, but Hongq already has proven to be very good. Doggo Kai Wing into Betty Woody. I like that matchup as well. LEC, Fnatic, Rogue, 6th and 28th. We like Fnatic in this one 2-0. Rogue have the capability of maybe sneaking a game. They have the players to do it. Larson could win a game into Humanoid. Adam could win a game into Oscarinin. I don't think the bot lane's winning into Upset Mickey. I don't think that Malrung is going to out jungle Razork, but the solo lanes of Rogue are capable of making it very competitive. Adam's champion pool, of course, last week, he was the best top laner statistically. If you missed yesterday's video, we went over that. So, Fnatic 2-0, KC, Giant X, 15 versus 22. I like KC in this one, 2-1. Giant X have just left a lot to be desired. I think Noah ranked as the worst mid lane, AD carry last week, despite Lot and Jackie's doing pretty decent. If I recall, Jackie's was for one of the top 3 mids. Or was he last? He was on the board. Might have been first. I think he was first. Watch, I ranked him from first to last. Well, he could fall in that threshold. But he was on the board. So that is a thing. And I'm pretty sure he was first. So there is that. 2-1 KC though. Vladi, Jackie's is a wash. Yike into Isma is obviously Yike favored. It's not close. Kana into Lada. I like Kana in that matchup. But Lada's getting better as the season goes along. Noah June have just fallen off the face of the earth. Kalista and Targamas win that one. 2-1 because I think Giant X has players capable of taking a game. We have best of ones here. LTA South, Faria and Rad. Faria obviously coming off a very good couple weeks so far. Red Canids leaving a little bit to be desired. They swapped out 2 players, so that's going to happen. There is a chance, so I'd say this is like a 60-40 matchup. I feel like Red won this in winter. It's a best of 1. I like Red in the upset. I'm taking Red in this one. I think they win again. F and B in top lane is quite hard to handle, as is Brantz at 80 carry. Fluxo and Payne, I like Payne. I don't think that Fluxo gets another upset like they did. They win. If they're going to do well, it's going to be through mid and Fu into Roamer. Fu's going to have his hands full. Leviton and Vivo Keed Stars. Vivo Keed Stars has played great League of Legends the first 2 weeks of spring. Leviton has done the opposite. They've kind of fallen off a bit. Kissei into Cody is probably a wash. Mortius into Seo is probably a wash, but I like Bull and Decimus into the top side of Leviton. So we're going to go Vivo Keed Stars. Isrus Astral into Loud, 21st versus 20th. Very close matchup. I don't think many people expected these 2 teams to be here, but they are. I like Jose and Dashini. I like that matchup for Jose for sure, but I've liked what Isrus Astral has had on paper this entire spring, and they continue to lose because on paper it doesn't matter. They have not figured it out. Summit into Robo, that could go either way based on how Summit's playing. Jose should be better than Sheeny. Myru into Tinones is probably a wash. Bot lane, Root and Redbert into Snaker and Ackerman. I'm going Isrus Astral again, but I do that timidly, and it shouldn't be that way. FlyQuest Alliance. FlyQuest ranked first. Alliance 18th. We're going Fly. Saint is definitely very good, but into quad, I think he's going to have his hands full. Adi into Inspired. Inspired takes care of that. Bwippo into Licorice. I like Bwippo. I like the bot lane of. Well, it'll be interesting how Masu does into Henna, but I like Fly. Cloud9 Team Liquid, very competitive matchup, 8 versus 11. I like Team Liquid. I like Team Liquid in this one. APA into Loki. Loki played very well last week, don't get me wrong, but all of Cloud9 did. Team Liquid, get after Loki. We'll see what happens. Um, we'll see what happens. Blabber and Umpty needs to be where C9 takes advantage, if there is one. Dignitas 100 Thieves. We like 100 Thieves. Of course, this kind of goes with River and Quid. However far they go, 100 Thieves will go. But Dignitas really, Surti into Sniper, it's a best of one. If Surti gets a good matchup, maybe. There's upset potential, but I don't see a ton of it. And then we have a competitive matchup between Disguise and Shopify in 30th and 29th. I'm going Shopify. B-Voice, Seos do well. People, get all excited saying, oh, Seos is so great, this, that, and the third. Oh, we knew he'd be so good in LTA North as he beats up on Scary Jerry and Huhi. Right. Something silly like that makes you just kind of be like, come on, really? Are we at this point that we're going to, do this? Top side of the rift for Disguised. I don't know. Abadage hasn't played terrible this split thus far, but Palafox has. So maybe Abadage does well in that matchup. It's a best of one, and best of ones are what they are. So thank you for being a member. Hope to see you again tomorrow.